Let's go. Shall we? We're Smooth 98.1 FM. It's gone 16 minutes already past the hour of 8 o'clock, the 17th day of November 2023. And I've been joined inside the locker room by Tega Onojiafe, the princess. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Please, I'm not here with him because this man has pressed spoil now. They'll not say it's everybody that was in the studio that pressed this spoil. I was not there. Good morning, all. Thank God it's
Yeah,
Friday.
it's Friday already.
They're about to deduct your salary.
That's feeling right.
All
Tega, you
right.
can scare
Oh,
people.
on that note, what are we talking about today?
Yes.
So, after all the singing, hey, can you see I'm coming to America? That's how they couldn't beat their opponent yesterday. All the singing I was singing, in fact, I'm done with people in this place.
The
I'm
scorpion can be
done.
very small,
No, no,
but
no,
when
no.
the way it
I
works,
don't like, no, I don't like bad behavior. What kind of bad behavior? If you cannot see, I think we have taught ourselves, or no, in our bid to strive for humility and meekness, we have become insecure. When on a normal day, who is Lesotho?
they're a
On a
country. So
normal day,
this is
if they
sovereign
bring
country.
all of them outside, count them one, bring Nigeria outside, count who are there? In fact, on this note like this, I'm vexed. I'm not even doing this local room again. So let me just tell you, as it is, Omatseye will tell you the numbers to send your messages to,
Okay.
and the place you send your messages to, you people will start this show for us. Super Eagles against Lesotho, final score 1-1. Tell us how it went, because I don't understand this thing you're saying, Omas.
Okay. So to be part of the conversation, Lesotho, Nigeria 1-0 at the Nest of Champions. How come the Eagles were not looking so much like a
Next
champ?
of champions, next of champions. Please read.
All right, so
Come.
reach us up on the phone line 0809-444-0981 will be where we like to read those messages that will come into the locker room. And of course, we know the champions who stay, who are keyboard experts on YouTube. We know them, aka Elk Aderuba and Co. We know you. So
No, El Kadioba is a real champion. He's a
okay.
real champion. You understand? He's a real champion. At least his team beat Spurs 4-1.
Okay.
If Nigeria could have just given me 4-1, I would have managed it. You understand?
Yes.
I would have managed that result. Those are manageable results. You understand? But 1-1 in Nest of Champions, inside Uyo, with that good food that they give you.
All that good food gone to waste.
We cannot take it. We
right.
are going to protest. All right.
YouTube.com/smooth981 FM Lagos. Search for us there. Give us the thumbs up and subscribe. And then when you leave your comments, so we can always see them when we are there.
So we are on YouTube at Smooth981 FM.
Lagos.
So just at Smooth981 FM Lagos. Just click there, subscribe to our channel, and then like our video. And please tell me your thoughts about the Super Eagles of Nigeria when they took on the Crocodiles. I know it was raining, but you took on Crocodile on land and you couldn't beat them. Okay. All right, so let's start with the headlines first, and then we'll start with
on the bill this morning. We've got Nigeria back from behind to draw with Lesotho, as Djokovic ATP final record bid on course after Sinner beats Ogaroon. And then we would find Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. Britain launches tirade before head-to-head face-off, broken up by security. The basketball's even before the ring. But anyway, let's go on. Arsenal manager charged by FA for comments after Newcastle defeat. And then Uruguay stung Argentina. Emotional Diaz double as Colombia sink Brazil. Reality check. Germany seek stability in Nagelsmann home debut, as there will be Ronaldo scores as Portugal beat Liechtenstein, and Italy coach Spalletti calls up Mancini for Euro 2024 clashes. And that's where you can find it. So let's begin with the first story this morning, as Nigeria already under pressure in Group C of the 2026 World Cup qualifying after being held to a 1-0 draw at least by Lesotho at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium on Thursday evening.
All right. So, I know a lot of us brag, like you would tend to when you have a good, you've staked your money on the right racehorse.
Yes.
Super Eagles of Nigeria playing in Uyo, and they're playing against Lesotho, 150 ranked team. So not teams you really worry about. You pray about teams like Morocco, Senegal,
Algeria.
Those are Algeria sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, but Lesotho, it's not something you think about. You just know that you're going to stadium with your basket to go and be carrying the goals. That's what you expect.
Yes.
And I know a lot of people say there are no minnows in football. It's a lie. That's a lie. There are minnows in football. That's why there's ranking in football. So that the minnows are in 100 and something. Yes. And the real footballers are in top 20. Let's not call it, let's call it a spade and not a digging implement. There are minnows in football. And Lesotho is a minnow. Teams go against Lesotho and beat them senseless. Beat them for good measure. So it is not far-fetched to expect that the Super Eagles of Nigeria, with their plethora of stars, whether real stars or overhyped stars, they have stars. You cannot expect that those people will line up against Lesotho and it will not be a goal first. But the first 45 minutes, I was questioning, Nigeria, because you see the Nigerian footballers, Europe, you see them week in, week out, from Lukman to Awoniyi, just banging in these goals. Even in Henacho in Championship, putting the ball in the back of the net. Boniface, even if the commentator insisted on calling him Boniface, I don't understand where he got that one from. These people are Terry Murphy. These people bring goals weekend in, weekend out, and you expect that when they come together with the Super Eagles of Nigeria, goal low. Especially against Lesotho.
Yes.
So it was not a thing of worry. To go to you was to go there and have fun. Then first 45 minutes, completely heartbreaking performance. Came into the game. They created a lot of chances, but even when Lesotho had their one opportunity, they were facing our goalkeeper one-on-one. I was like, okay, what's happening with this midfield? It's something that gives you cause for concern, but because of the quality of opposition, you didn't really talk about it. So we thought, okay, second 45 minutes, the Super Eagles will understand this thing and they will come out better. It shocked also. Lesotho scored first. Shock. Stadium went quiet for a while because they're like, that didn't happen.
First
Then,
attack.
there was a pause, like time stood still, and then Nigeria equalized, but they just couldn't get the chance and the opportunity to win. And I know a lot of people have called for Pesero's head, and yes, there are problems with Pesero as coach, but even the players of Nigeria yesterday, that thing was not a coaching problem. There were opportunities. They just didn't put the ball in the back of the net, and they can say they were unlucky, or they can say they were incompetent, because a real expert does not blame his tools. They had the opportunity, they had the possession, they created the chances, just put the ball in the back of the net, and they couldn't find the back of the net. And so yesterday, for me, was what I would blame, what's different from these Super Eagles and the Super Eagles of the 90s. Super Eagles of the 90s, I'll tell you, Lesotho, they will beat them just to show them. Do you understand? There's some things you do. Like the way Egypt won their match yesterday, they're like, you came to the Pharaohs of Egypt to do what? In fact, the effrontery of you to be drawn in our group, they beat them. That's how you beat people. When people come to you, should have a kind of I want to say there should be an intensity and an urgency and a level of arrogance when you're playing against them.
Let's not forget that Nigeria, the Eagles like coming. We always like to come from behind. Like
yes, but you
come
from behind and win.
Maybe the second leg, we always
you can't
like
at home. There is Lesotho should not take anything from this. In fact, Lesotho should leave airport crying.
Oh, I see the point now.
How dare you? And people want to blame Pesero. Yes, but yesterday's match, you have to ask the players, where is your audacity? Where is your urgency? Where is the hustle that took you to Europe?
You asked for them to start the game, to start this show with their messages,
Please.
so it's here
The
waiting for you
messages are
ready.
coming. Please, let's start reading this message because my blood is boiling.
Zizi Classic is for you. Super Eagles broke my heart last night. I'm yet to recover. In tears, I see, premium tears, I can see Zizi Classic there.
All right, Peter says this.
Then the Nigerian team since 1996 Olympic has never inspired or win or patriotism from the fans. They will always come short. They almost act like the Nigerian government. Tega, please don't be angry. I'll buy you ice cream.
Okay, I'm waiting for the ice cream.
And Cozy Coles says, Omo, thank God I didn't bother to by the match. Oh. I wasn't bothered by the match. I wasn't expecting to hear like a 4-0 win or
Thank
more.
you. Match that I've given 6-0.
When I saw the result later at night, I was just laughing. That's it. Then Tiobo said, it says, Princess Tega, you are surprised by the outcome of Nigerian Lesotho match yesterday. I'm not. As usual, our empty pride placed us where we belong. That World Cup ticket is slipping out of our hands if we are not careful. Not the first time, though. Does it mean Nigerian coach couldn't build a local team?
See, if they took Aqua United and squared them up against Lesotho, it wouldn't have been 1-1 draw. That's all I'm saying.
AY from Oniru is here for me. It says, underwhelming performance from the Super Eagles yesterday. No excuses tenable for that disaster class. That's what AY from Oniru has to say.
All right, so let's take some news. We'll come back to more of your messages.
Now,
Please send those messages as they're coming in. Blood is boiling.
Going over now to Djokovic now. Novak Djokovic bid for a record-breaking 7th ATP final title will continue after Yannick Sinner beat Olga Rune 6-2, 7-5, 7, 6-4 and capped a perfect Thursday in which it became the first Italian to reach the semi-finals.
All right, so Djokovic played earlier in the day against the alternate Hubert Hurkacz, and everybody expected Djokovic to defeat Hubert Hurkacz. And some people even said yes, it had to be straight sets because he needed that to guarantee that he was going through after losing to Yannick Sinner the match before, only for Hubert Hurkacz to defeat Djokovic in the second set. And that now puts him in a precarious position because it meant that first of all, it ensured that Yannick Sinner qualified for the semi-finals even without picking up his racket. But what was even more important was that because he won in 3 sets or he dropped 1 set, it meant that if Holger Rune defeated Yannick Sinner, then Novak Djokovic was not even going to leave the group, which was shocking because Holger Rune lost to Novak Djokovic in 3 sets, didn't play a complete second match because Tsitsipas withdrew through injury. So for Holger Rune to have gone through and then Djokovic gone over would have been a stunner. And that's what a lot of people were hoping for, especially when Yannick Sinner stepped on court against Holger Rune, took the first set. Holger Rune took the second set and looked like Holger Rune was building momentum while Yannick Sinner was struggling with a back injury. It looked like Djokovic was certainly on his way home. And then Holger Rune did what he always does: lose concentration in the middle of the match. That's the difference between Holger Rune and everybody else. You watch Carlos Alcaraz, you watch Yannick Sinner. I'm talking of the young 20-year-olds now. You watch Holger Rune. These guys are all talented people. But Holger Rune, for some reason, he has these lapses. Almost like he goes on vacation in the middle of the match. And then by the time he comes back, match is over. And it happened again because third set, it looked like he was going to take it because, like I said, Yannick Sinner was struggling physically. He seemed to be on the rise. But he had those moments in games, and Yannick Sinner took advantage of the game. Of course, you can talk about Yannick Sinner having the crowd backing him, but he'd already qualified for the semi-finals, so him losing won't have stopped the noise from the crowd. Holger Rune knew what he had to do, or what he needed to do, and unfortunately he fell short.
All right, still more to come. We've got boxing still here for you, and then we've got Arsenal at Ateta facing the charges there, and well, the fines that will come with it. But that will be after we get your messages coming on to 0809-444-0981. You can as well race down to YouTube channel. You can see Tega there giving you the signs there to come over. Come over. She's waiting. Leave your messages there. youtube.com/smooth981 FM Lagos. We'll be back shortly.
Yes, come to YouTube. I can imagine as Akwa Ibom, they try you. Akwa Ibom, they
The
try.
turnout was great, right?
Oh, the turnout was great, but I'm very disappointed. People don't like to pay for matches, and you see, ultimately, you can't even make a case for the Super Eagles because people are like, I should pay match for
Come
draw.
on, what's this kind of thing? No, but again, I think the government also. I think the
It's not a
government.
government problem; it's a
No,
football problem.
government usually would throw the gate open and pay, make it.
Yeah, because
that's where my.
no, because people they had already said pay 1,000. Stadium was empty. It's not a government issue. It's a programming issue.
So then we must begin as people now to learn to pay to go watch
Yes,
sports.
because there was a price on the ticket for yesterday. It's just that the stadium wasn't full, so they decided that they're going to throw the gate
So
open.
imagine if the government had paid for everybody now. You know that money could have gone to something else.
No, but they always do that. So I'm saying they always do that. The government always does that because throwing the gate open is tantamount to paying for everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. So they eventually threw the gate open.
Sports cannot be run like that now.
Sports cannot be run like that. So it's a delivery of the content. We are still looking at it as an event. It's a delivery of the content. If I pay if I'm paying money to go and see, like now, there's going to be Dirty December. The people that could not pay 1,000 naira to watch Super Eagles will fork out 15,000 naira for tickets for one show. For a music that they can play on their phone. Do you understand what I mean? So they're paying for something. They're paying for atmosphere. They're paying for delivery, performance.
The atmosphere at the Best of Champion, of course. I see it now.
Where are you seeing? Yesterday, I was almost throwing my phone away. First of all, they were not even showing the match on TV. That was the one that was even maddening. Because I saw the Ghana game, and my Ghanaian colleagues were...
Yes, they don't tell you. We say...
No, they were using cable TV for their own TV that is going to show.
Okay.
Nigeria was not showing. Okay,
Nigeria. We're smooth 98.1 FM. We're back. It's still the locker room, and it's time to dig into some more sports stories while we wait for your messages to build up on the WhatsApp platform 0809-444-0981. Tega. Tyson Fury launched a tirade of abuse outward towards Alexander Usyk and pushed his head into the Ukrainian at their face-off before the two were separated by security in London.
All right, so the fight you've all been waiting for, because me, I have not been waiting for this fight. The fight you all have been waiting for, Tyson Fury taking on Alexander Usyk. Now 4 belts on the line. 4
in one night.
Yes, you win the fight, you carry 4 belts plus money, and you go home.
I think I would have put in for it.
If there is no motivation for you, that is motivation enough. But yes, that's what we wanted to see. All 4 belts are on the table, and who takes it between Usyk and Tyson Fury. Let's stop all this undisputed best fighter in the world. Let's see it in the ring. And so this fight is going to take place next year, February. So we're hoping nobody picks up injury. We are hoping that everybody is fine till next year, February. Okay. But what it does is that it gives them time to train. Now, you know Tyson Fury. I would say this is Tyson Fury's style. He will rile you up, abuse you, get you angry, then you get into the ring and you are fighting emotionally instead of fighting tactically, and then he will deck you for good measure. So this is what he does. He's going to launch all these tirades when he's calling you sausage, ugly little man. Tyson Fury is not fine.
You that is.
But he'll be telling people that they're ugly.
Yes.
And you just be looking at this man. Have you? What's the name of that they say cartoon? That the main actor is a pussycat. The main actor is a pussycat.
Tom and Jerry. That's not.
No, it's not Tom and Jerry.
The cartoon of Shrek.
The Last Wish. That the main how could I forget the name of this movie? Someone remind me. The Last Wish. That's the name of the movie. But the main character is the Puss in Boots.
Is it Gatfield?
Puss in Boots. Okay. Yeah. So you know Puss in Boots. He has this friend that was an egg. Tyson Fury looks like the egg, but he's always abusing everybody. Always. You're ugly. You're this. You're that. You're not fine.
Have you taken a look at yourself in
all
the mirror?
of it is just to rile you up.
Yes.
So by the time he abuses you, you will not get into the ring. You will not be able to fight him with clear eye. And he'll take advantage of it. So this one is abusing Usyk. I just hope Usyk, understands that is Focus on the focus. Beat him and collect his belt. You see, the best response to people doubting you is doing exactly what they said you will not be able to do and doing it well.
That's
So
it.
get into the ring and dismantle him. Whether you're ugly or you're a sausage, it's of no consequence.
It's the man who owns the belt we'll talk about.
It's the
as
man who
we
owns the
come.
belt to be calling his name. You can ugly. You are going to be ugly and a sausage with 4 belts.
Yes.
That's all that matters.
And that takes us over to Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has been charged by the Football Association for comments he made after their 1-0 defeat by Newcastle.
All right. So again, the offense is the same. It's never going to change. The offense is the same. Trying to bring the game comments that are bringing the game into disrepute. And again, I will say this: the thing that is bringing the game into disrepute in English Premier League is your VAR interpretation. And
Written in English, not Spanish.
And here they will punish you, which is why Mourinho said I prefer not to speak. If I speak, they'll find me again.
Yes.
So yes, we knew this charge was eventually going to come, especially when Howard Webb came out and said that the decision was correct. Now, but most people didn't listen to what Howard Webb said. Howard Webb didn't say the decision was correct because there was no foul on Gabriel. He didn't say the decision was correct because the ball was categorically in play. Howard Webb said that that it may have been a foul or it may not have been a foul, but the decision was correct because there were 3 VAR checks and they were approved. Thank you. He didn't say it was correct that there was no foul. He just said it was correct because VAR checked the 3 things and came up and said the goal was allowed. That's why it was correct. So he was saying that the process was correct. He's not necessarily saying that the VAR decision is correct. That's how people run with the headline. And so
6, half a dozen.
yeah, and so ultimately I knew this charge was coming. He said, oh, it was disgraceful, it's an embarrassment, we deserve better. Those are comments that could bring the game into disrepute. If I'm Mikel Arteta,
Not your conduct as official.
if I'm Mikel Arteta, my letter, I will write it, then I will put Spanish audio. By the time I'm done with it, I'll send it through my lawyer. But he may not do that. No. He may just decide that he's going to Tega Onojiafe of Abraka Delta State, Nigeria, where we take time out to fight for land. Where our whole purpose as Urhobo people is to fight for land. I will not give up easily. No, I will write a response. The response that will baffle the FA.
It will be longer than Paul's episode.
Hey, it will be complete and absolute. Anyway, but we were waiting for what this one come. At the end of the day, it's going to be a fine because this is what they always do.
See that coming. So over now, Uruguay ended Argentina's 14-match unbeaten streak with a 2-0 victory over the World Cup champions in the World Cup qualifiers on Thursday, as Luis Diaz scored twice to fire Colombia into an emotional 2-0 win over Brazil.
Yes, and to make Brazil's matter was not only did they lose that match, they now even punished Real Madrid on top because Real Madrid, Vinicius Jr. limped out of that match with an injury. So Real Madrid was sitting on their own quietly. Brazil could not just lose.
Stray bullets came.
They now sent stray bullets to Real Madrid. So it's very upsetting. So yes, it was a tough loss for Brazil, but Brazil has been bringing these inconsistent results, and you could see a lot of their players, even from club sides, are not in the best of form. I remember Ederson also missed this one with the foot injury. So there's a lot with the Brazilian team, but Colombia scoring 2 goals against them, and not just scoring 2 goals. It was Diaz who scored the 2 goals. He's like, this is for my father. It looks like all those Chinese movies. And he scored the 2 goals, so big one on that. But the biggest news of the night is Argentina getting their first loss since their loss in against Saudi Arabia at the World Cup. In 14 matches, they've been winning. But they lost to Uruguay at home. Yes, Argentina was playing at home. So Uruguay went to Argentina and desecrated that ground. Full squad before they started to argue about who was there and who wasn't there. Argentina is Argentina. They lost to Uruguay. That's it. So one goat on the other hand was losing. Man, he didn't score a goal. In Liechtenstein, which we're about to get to.
Yes, that's
Some other people's goats were scoring.
and eating, breaking into people's farm to eat the yams.
You know. And so that takes us to Cristiano Ronaldo and
Yes.
Portugal.
Cristiano Ronaldo found the back of the net to help Portugal beat Liechtenstein 2-0 in Group J clash on Thursday as the 38-year-old tied Belgium's Romelu Lukaku as the Euro 2024 qualifying campaign's top scorer.
Yes, huge one there. Again, I would say this: if I Liechtenstein, I will write to UEFA and ask them, why have we faced Portugal 13 times or 39 times? They face every time they wake up in the morning. Portugal. It's like almost as if they're their training cones. Because they're not going to win against them.
Yeah.
But they're always facing them. So it's a tough ask. Yesterday they put on a braver face to frustrated Portugal a lot, but Portugal still got the goal. It's the same thing that happened when they're playing in Lisbon. You know, they put up a brave face. Then second half they were absolutely destroyed by the Portuguese. So
Yeah.
the same story, only a different scoreline. Yes, tough ask, but if you are going to continue the battle of who is the greatest, well, some people's goats scored yesterday, some other people's goats didn't score. You can carry that online to social media and continue the battle there.
Yeah, that's it. Moving on. So, Italy's coach Spalletti calls up Inter Milan defender Alexandro Bastoni has withdrawn from Italy's last two Euro 2024 qualifiers and has been replaced by Roma's Gianluca Mancini, the Italian Football Federation announced on Thursday.
Yes, so Italy facing many problems. They're third in their group. England has already qualified from their group. And in order for them to qualify, they have to win the matches against the team that knocked them out of going to the World Cup last time, North Macedonia.
Oh.
They have to win that match today.
Nemesis.
And then defeat Ukraine on Monday. So these defensive problems, it's going to turn out to be something else because they're ready, even with the right players in their defense, they're still giving up too many goals for the Italian side that we know used to be very solid defensively. Now they have defensive problems, left, right, and center. All the defenders are falling out with injuries, and then they have to beat North Macedonia.
Tough ask.
It's almost as if they almost have that PTSD flashback, just how North Macedonia stopped them from going to the World Cup and could stop them from going to the Euros. So it's a tough ask, but it's a job that they have to do, and it's something that they have to face squarely today. Today's game is going to be very important. Get the result against North Macedonia, and they can be relaxed against Ukraine on Monday. So that they have to do. And on that note, we wrap up the locker room. So let's take all your messages because we've seen them come through.
Okay, we go to Emeka Onalum. See Lesotho that's not up to the size of Alimosho local government area. See the Eagles bonuses should be cut to half or nothing.
I've never paid their bonuses. Don't be talking the one that you don't know.
As for Ateta's charge, the English FA are like that fast food restaurant that serves bad chicken. And when people complain, they send the police after you, because they feel you want to ruin their businesses. And then the same referee that is bringing the game under disrepute, accusing Ateta of what? Of the same. Now, wow. Then moving on. Benjamin Diamond would tell me this one. I had full confidence that Nigeria will not win that match. I had to pick up 1.5 goal.
Hey, yeah. Come on, do. Thank God it's Friday for us.
Right,
now.
so that's it. He's the one. He's in charge of that. Ken from Lekki says, I have seen it over and over again. Jose Pesero can't take this team far. I still don't know why he's still there. No matter how disorganized a team is, the coach, through his technical skills, ought to know how to tweak the team for results after the first half. In instances, then he managed to draw, or one lock has been seeing the man through all those times. And then Mayowa Oshadari says, well, have you guys watched Mikel sit down with Rio Ferdinand and co? He shared some epic stories and gave us insight of his career. Super Eagles players need to fix up. Brazil and Argentina lost on the same day after a long time. So it makes our loss even, maybe our draw, better.
That's your consolation.
Trevor agreed. Got 5 matches bad. I believe he deserves more for his history. Mayowa.
I just want to say this, Mayowa. You know that Brazil and Argentina, they won World Cup, Okay.
Shivoki comes up and says, well, international. Okay. Then it goes on. Argentina losing against Uruguay last night may be painful, but this is football. You win some, you lose some, you draw some, you win. While for Ronaldo, he remained the best player in the world. Anyone can argue with our queen of highlights, Tega, because she will surely agree
I
with.
can never agree with you. Best in what world?
Ayo comes up. Howard Webb be like an infallible as human, but as referee, we are infallible. Then it goes on. Ateta, collect this charge as we continue to ruin football.
Abi?
And Ejike would come up finally with this one. He says, "Word of advice: don't ever beat your chest that Nigeria will have straight win.
Chai.
Leave room for disappointment."
Hi!
I
On
thought,
that note, that's the one for the week.
I
Don't
thought,
ever beat your chest that we'll have straight. On that note, AJK, thank you for wisdom this week. We'll come back on Monday. Hopefully, we'll have
a better
good
one.
we have good news to tell you and more
He has
good news.
shattered all I used to think about. They
You
said the
know,
biggest room in the world is room for improvement, but he came and said it is
the
the room for
room for
disappointment.
disappointment. Ah, AJK. Thank you for your good one. All right, so that note, I want to say thank you for sending your
Yes.
messages to every single one that sent a message. Thank you. And thank you for watching us on YouTube. So we come your way on Monday. Have a great Friday.
Right. Bye, Tega. Thanks to everyone. My name is Omatseye Atsenuwa. Good morning.